So, a lot of people ask me how I make my videos look so good. The answer? Color grading. So, how do I get this look, you may ask? I'll show you. First, you have to get your settings correctly in camera, then transfer, open up Davinci, and before we start, there are 3 ways to do this. The free way, my way, and Dehancer. Oh, and also, I'll be giving away a free copy of Quickfilm to a random lucky commenter if this gets 20,000 views. Let's start. So we'll start off with the free method. Here I created 5 nodes. And first step is we're going to transform our camera lug into XS20 so we can have a neutral color space to work with. So for this one, I'm using a Fujifilm. So I'm going to convert it to XS20 like this. And if you're using other cameras, you can just do this by replacing these two. So Sony S-Cam3, Sony S-Log3. So I'm gonna name these nodes. I typically don't name my nodes because I just know which does which, because I just do this a lot. For this one, we'll do the exposure. This will do white balance. Actually, we don't need this one, but yep, there you go. And then for these, we'll use HSV, which is a saturation method that doesn't up the brightness of the image, just makes the colors denser, which I think is better. And actually, here's from that. That's where the LUT's supposed to be. And then we'll have arch curves here, and then halation. Okay, so I notice here that my shot is a bit overexposed, so we'll just turn down the gamma a bit until everything looks pretty well. And I'm not gonna touch the white balance right now because I think it's pretty alright. So start off by actually, when using this method, once you convert it to XS20, you also have to convert it back to Cineon film log because that is what the LUTs work off from. So we do that, and then you go on to here, LUT, film looks, and usually I use this, so see, it already looks good. You just need a bit of tweaking for it to look even better. For example, the curves here is where I'll adjust my contrast. I lift up the shadows, the black parts, turn down the shadows a bit, pull up the midtones a bit, and then turn down the highlights a bit because it's a bit too strong for my taste. And there you go. It already looks good for something free. Really, actually, really looks good. For the HSV, this is how you do it. So you just go to color space, turn down channel 1 and 3, and then you can just change the gain node here if you want more saturation. It's the before and after. And then we'll put down some halation. There you go. You already have a good looking image. It was very quick, it was very efficient, and most importantly, it's free. So we'll just copy paste that node structure here. See, it's a bit dark because I was not overexposing here. I was kind of, actually I tweak it a little bit. So here I feel like for a night shot, the color is too neutral for my liking. So what we'll do is go right click our white balance node, go to gamma and linear. What this does is make the colors that you're working with, I think, a bit more gentler. Like, it works in a linear color space, which makes it more accurate to how you would change it in camera. So I don't change it with temperature or tint. I tweak my game to change my white balance. So see, I'm gonna make it a bit greener with some bit of warmth in green in the middle of it. So I'm liking that, but I'm not liking my contrast. So I'm gonna reset my curves, lifting up my shadows, and just do that. Actually, I'll change this a bit to a bluer green, something like that. Actually, I'm happy with that, so bump up the HSV a bit. So there you go. Already looks good. Just copy pasted it, changed the white balance, the exposure a bit, and it worked. So for this shot, it's another daytime shot, but I was in the bus in Japan. Copy paste this. Reset my exposure. Fix the over blown out highlights. Tweak the curves a bit, bump up the HSV, maybe change the white balance to something more warm. And there you have it. Already looks good. Again, we're gonna copy paste from this node. And just like that, it already looks really good. I don't think I need to change anything here. Again, copy paste from this. Reset the exposure. Tweak it a bit so it's not overexposed. And change the white balance a bit, I think. Just a tiny bit. And it already looks good. We'll copy paste this. So for this, I think I shot a bit too warm. So we'll fix that by using the white balance node. So just like that, it's already looking good. And there you go, the free method. So now we're gonna dive into the Quickfilm method. This is a new power grade I made recently that I'm deciding to sell finally. And I've been contemplating whether I would make something like this because I felt like the only thing that stands me out from my peers is usually my color grading techniques. But I thought it would be a missed opportunity if I didn't make one and release it to the public, as it would be a nice contribution to people that are starting out and want something quick and easy and very customizable. We'll go to our gallery or right-click Quickfilm, and already there, it's starting to already look good. Pull down our gain and our gamma quite a bit and tweak the curves, and then you already have a good image. Like that easy. Like for example, if you need more halation, you can right-click this and show compound node. I've made 3 intensities here, so you can pick whether you like strong halation, medium halation, or very light halation. For this one, I'd like to keep it strong because I like the glow around the bright parts of the image. I also have here an HSV node that you can just tweak around, a shadows node where, since this LUT and power grade has very cool shadows, you can just turn this on, it'll fix and neutralize some of the blues in the shadows. So I actually like the blue, so I'll keep it off. And you can turn on this glow effect that isn't your usual type of glow effect in Davinci, and you can just avail it when you get Quickfilm. Anyway, we'll move on to the next shot, which is this shot again. Just copy paste that, and it's already looking good. Tweak the exposure a bit. Change the white balance to something like the first shot, like that, and it's already looking good. Turn on the glow for more effect. There you go. Before, after, and before, after. Moving on to the next shot, we have the bus shot again. We'll copy paste from this. For this, I think the halation is too strong, so we'll change it from strong to light. So to make it a little bit more subtle. And then the white balance will change to a bit of a warmer, just a bit warmer. And we'll turn on our glow. Look at that. And I also created like a blur, like layer node in the start. So it's not too sharp, since most mirrorless cameras are too sharp nowadays. And I added 35mm grain, and if you want more pronounced grain, you can turn the opacity up, or you can choose this 16mm. Yeah, depends on your taste. Anyway, we'll go here, apply Quickfilm, tweak the exposure just a bit, and there you go. Already looks good. And if you want to add power windows, you can just do them, make them after this, the grain node, which is you can just pull up a mask over there, just create a vignette. And there you go. And on to the next shot. We'll just apply Quickfilm. I don't think I need to change anything actually. It looks so good. Okay, before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay, for the shot of Beanie, we'll apply Quickfilm. And since I filmed this a bit too warm, we'll fix the white balance here. Just like that. Just to neutralize their skin tone. And then up the exposure quite a bit. Turn off the blur because I'd like this to keep it clean. And there you go, look at that. It's already looking good. So here are a compilation of the shots before and after. And moving on to our final method, which is Dehancer. I have an affiliate code for Dehancer. You can use code JDA to get 10% off. The one thing I like about Dehancer is the amount of features that you can have on there. One of the cons that I have with it though is it starts off not good. You're gonna have to tweak some things to make it look good out of the box. But what I like about Dehancer as well is that you have a lot of tools in the plugin. You already have the grain here, the halation here, the bloom, the film damage, film breath, gate weave. I think my only big con as to why I don't use it as much is because it slows down my PC by a lot. Like I have a 3060 Ti, I have an i9, I have 16 GB RAM, and it's still very, very slow. So how we'll do it is we'll make 4 nodes over here. Third node will add a color space transform for converting our footage to Rec 709 because Dehancer works off of Rec 709 and I don't like its conversion, so I do it myself. And before we do anything on Dehancer, I'll just fix the exposure over here. Okay. And then usually I use Kodak Vision 500D because I really like that. Then you go over to print, you switch the profile to Kodak 2383 print. Then change your white balance over here. So you make 3 nodes at the end. The last node which you will be using for your curves. And then over here you can have your HSV saturation method, so you can just bump the colors up, because I think with Dehancer the colors are very saturated off the rip, so you just gonna have to bump up that HSV by a lot. And I think there you go. I'm pretty happy with that image. You can of course go to Dehancer to tweak it some more. For example, we'll put some halation over here, some bloom maybe, and yeah, I think that's the first shot. This is the before, this is the after. Switch it over to the shot, copy paste it, reset the exposure, tweak it a bit, change the white balance to something greener and warm. There you go. The playback just becomes really laggy when I use Dehancer. So when you're working on a bigger timeline, it's a bit hard to manage if you're doing it in all of the clips consistently. Okay, copy paste this node, reset the exposure, and boom. Already actually looks really good just off the bat. We'll just fix the white balance a bit. There you go. Before, after, the shadow before, after. Okay, so we'll just reset these clips. Well, copy paste this. And for this one, I'm gonna turn down the grain a little bit because I feel like it's too much. And there you go. Already looks good. And then we'll go here. Copy paste that. Reset the exposure. Just tweak the exposure a bit because it's a bit too contrasty right now. And then change the white balance a bit because I feel like it's a bit too cold. And there you go. Then we'll copy paste this one as well. Reset the exposure. Fix the white balance. And bump it up. There you go. Already looks good. So there's the before, there's the after. There's the before, there's the after. I'm gonna do a comparison in a second, but right now I'm gonna use the time to thank you for reaching this part of the video, and I hope you like and subscribe. If you want to get Quickfilm for quick and easy film emulation with a twist, with a modern twist, you can get it in the link in my description in Gumroad. It'll help me a lot for this YouTube thing. And if you want to get the other method, Dehancer, you can use code JD8 to get 10% off of it. Okay, here's the comparison. As you can see, they're all pretty good looking images. Some methods need more tweaking than the others. It's all just a matter of preference and your workflow. I personally used to do the free method for many years. Then I switched over to Dehancer when they got me as an affiliate, which helped me in a lot of projects to create some beautiful looking images. And now that I've made Quickfilm, I think I use it in every project because it's very light on your system. It's very quick and easy. It's very easy to customize it to your own liking. And with that, thank you very much for watching. Comment down below. Maybe you can win a free copy of Quickfilm. Again, check it out in my description. Thank you very much.